All right, we're live.
Okay.
So I think just for the benefit of the instructor, we should all introduce ourselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Whitney Scott.
Hi, Whitney.
Hi.
I'm Megan Kainer.
Hi, Megan. I'm Lexi Allen, recently Bolson. So.
Nice to meet you guys.
And Megan, are you in Ohio?
What was that?
Are you in Ohio?
No, I'm in Rexburg, actually.
Oh.
I'm from Ohio. I don't know if you got that, but.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's what.
Good old Rexburg. How is the weather?
It's so icy today. You can't walk anywhere without slipping. It's so sad.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. I was there just last semester. I'm off track, but
Oh, nice.
I'm so glad I'm not there in the winter. I'm like, oh, it's so cold.
Yeah, it's freezing. I'm off track too, so I'm just working and taking this class.
Okay. Are you from Rexburg originally?
I'm from Washington.
Okay, wait, I'm in Seattle right now.
Oh, really? That's so cool. Like Puyallup area?
I have no idea. I'm just here like visiting my sister. She just moved here, but my husband and I are in LA for his internship, so.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very cool. All right. Well, now that we all know each other. So I guess first of all, just kind of what were some of your thoughts, your guys' thoughts about the talk by Elena Stalin?
I really liked it. I think it was very explanatory, and I thought it was like super powerful. Like, hey, you have to know the doctrine of the family if you want to be able to teach people about it. Like, I don't know, it was very insightful, but some of the like questions were like when it asked you to like number what you like your definition of the family, that was kind of hard for me because I was like, it just depends on how you look at it. Like some people may think it's this, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I found that too, and also I should make a clarification. It was Julie B. Beck. That's why it was bugging me, not Elena.
Oh, it was okay.
So yeah, I thought that too. Because here's the thing, like when defining family, because like we all grew up in our own personal dynamic family. Like maybe a mom and a dad. Maybe we were divorced. Maybe So it's really hard to make one declarative statement that says this is a family. Exclude so many other types of families. I guess that's the hard part. But just citing from this here, one of the things that I thought was really interesting that she talked about is she talked about how she started okay, I talked to the youth and I said, so what do you think, why do you think we care so much about you guys? And they were like, we are the most important generation, we this or that, like and she says, like in a very nice Julie B. Beck, president of the church kind of way, young women president of the church, that they're very self-aware, but not really aware of what else goes around.
So none of them talked about their next, like their children.
Right, exactly. Like they were not focused on their next generation. And that was kind of, I think that's where the talk led to, is that it was about, so why is it so important to prepare for the next generation? What are the threats of the family? What's going on? And how are we going to define the family coming up? Sorry.
I think something that stuck out to me was like how perfect the timing was. Like when did she give this talk? Like, was it like, let me see.
Gave it in March.
I'm not sure when.
March of what? Let's see. Okay, 2009? Wait. Yeah, 2009. That was actually a lot longer than I thought. But I don't know, just like since then, like the family's just been constantly attacked. You guys know, like with even just like the legalization of gay marriage and everything and all of the things. So I think it's really like good that we're talking about various definitions of what we think family is and how like the proclamation to the world describes that.
Yeah, for real.
So
what are some thoughts you had, Megan?
The part I really liked was kind of near the end when she was talking about how, what did she say? Antichrist is anti-family.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was so interesting because a lot of times I just think of like, I don't know, we focus a lot on the gospel being like an individual thing, like you do what you can to achieve exaltation and everything. But the big focus of it is centered around family. So things that don't support the family are also unsupportive of Christ. And I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's so true.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that you brought that up because she talks about Korihor, and she talks about,
Yeah.
like, I hadn't made that connection either because earlier, like in the next video, jumping ahead a little bit, but Elder Bednar, he says that almost everyone, when they think of marriage, they think of it as an institute of society, and they think of it as, a fundamental building block, but nobody really clarifies it in their mind, at least the LDS people don't, of it is the gospel. It is Jesus Christ. The family is what makes the gospel matter and stuff. And put it in perspective.
Yeah. I mean, we're taught in the gospel that family is like the most important thing. It's what brings you happiness, and it's one of our purposes why we're alive here on earth. So what did you guys define, like, your own, I guess, what did you guys do for your own definition of what a family is?
So the different definitions.
Yeah, well, there were like the different definitions that we numbered. Then it was like, how would you define family? Did you guys do that?
Yeah.
But
so for mine, I said that a family is the blood relatives who live within a household consistently who take care of one another. That was my definition. Because I feel like even in adoptive families, like, they're still families, and the blood relative thing doesn't exactly work there. But I'd say living consistently, take care of each other. I think that covers families out there. You guys co-part my definition and tell me what you think.
I said it's a couple or group of people that live together and have commitments to each other and are taught by a mother and father.
Okay.
That's hard. Like, it was hard. So I was like, well, like, obviously now, like, there are gay parents and everything, but to me, like, what the gospel's taught is a family should always have a mother and father. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. You're at that.
How about you, Megan?
For mine, it was hard not to, like, take from the other definitions that we had, but I just thought that it's like a group of people who are related and are working towards a common goal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good.
Not necessarily living together, because now in college and everything, everyone's separated and going different places. But
I like
basically what I said.
that, having like the same goal. I think that's really cool.
Do you think that any of our definitions include cohabitation?
Include what?
Cohabitation. I was wondering.
Well, yeah. I mean, I said that live together, but obviously that was like growing up, like the children growing up. Obviously, when you start your own family and leave for school, it's different. But
because if you talk to cohabitating couples, at least some of them, I know some couples who cohabitate, they do see themselves as a family. Like, that's how they portray themselves, is that they're a family.
You mean like if they're not married?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They do see themselves, but technically they're not legally a family. So
yeah, I think for it to be a technical, like, legit family, it has to be something that's legally or like blood related.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Is like, so basically what she's talking about is how the definition of family has changed over time in society. In the gospel, it never changed, right? In the gospel, the family has always been what it always is. It's always that. But I just thought that was interesting because as more of that thing kind of comes to pass. There's a lot of different classes I'm taking, so I'm not 100% sure. But was it this class that we watched the New Normal trailer?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was in this one.
Okay, good. It's a lot of classes I forget.
Yeah.
That was one example, I think, where like that couple, they saw themselves as a family.
Mm-hmm.
And they may or may not be legally married. I'm not sure because I don't watch it, but it seemed like they were.
I think they are. Yeah, they were getting married. Yeah.
So in the new definition of family that we're defining is that family, they live together and they're legally married. Just interesting to think about.
Yeah, and I think honestly now society, like, it could even go as far as like people, like, family is just who you spend a lot of time with. Like if you have like a club or like a bunch of people that you're always with, everyone's like, oh, these people are like, they're my family now. Like, obviously that's more like of a metaphor, but some of them, are like, yeah, that's my family now.
Mm-hmm. I think there should be a difference between Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. I think there should be a difference though between like actual families and just close friends. Because a lot of those times it's just people having close friends, but it's not technically a family.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So what do you guys think about this definition that he said they gave? A fundamental social group in society, typically consisting of one or two parents and their children.
I said that was my number 2.
What was your number 2?
Okay, let me open up the.
My number 1 was the.
Yeah, that was my number 2.
Oh yeah, my number 1 was the 2 or more people who share goals and values, have long-term commitments to one another, and usually reside in the same dwelling place.
That was my number 1 too.
That was also my number 1.
What was your guys' number? Wait, was that one your number 2 as well, Lexi? The fundamental social group one?
Yes, my number 3 was all members of a household under one roof, but it was a really, really close second with a group of individuals derived from common stock, the family of human beings. I was
interesting. That's
Yeah.
very different from mine. My third one was a group of persons sharing common ancestry.
That was mine too.
sharing common.
Yeah. And then my 4th was the lineage, especially distinguished lineage. And then my 5th one was all the members of a household under one roof. Because I thought it kind of, like, at first I was like, okay, yeah, that totally makes sense. But then I thought, well, there could be totally people just living with you, but aren't, like, your family, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 for me was a group of individuals derived from a common stock, the family of human beings. Honestly, I didn't really understand that. I think that's kind of like what I referred to, like, back, like, if you're, like, in a choir or something, you spend a lot of time with people, like, we're a family of human beings. I don't know. And then my 7 was the class one, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was similar to mine, but I switched the. Let's see. I had members of a household under one roof was 4,
Okay.
and lineage was 5.
Okay.
But other than that, everything was the same.
Yeah.
I guess when I was thinking about the last one, a group of individuals derived from a common stock, in my mind, I wasn't thinking of a common stock as like common interest. I was thinking of common stock as like common bloodline, but that's probably not what
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was confused because there was the ancestry one and then there was the lineage one, so it was like,
Yeah.
you know, down.
Like obviously, family, one of the main, like I think we can all agree in all 3 of our, I guess, like diagnoses of these definitions, is that relative, let's see if I can just speak today. Being related is a really big part of it. Like,
Mhm.
it's not family if you're not related, regardless of like, you know, how close you are with that person. There are people who don't even like the people they're related to, but it's still family.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like blood is thicker than water, that thing.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
So, do you know? Does it say how long we've been recording for?
I don't know.
Because it said 20 to 40 minutes, which is like a pretty big difference. But
I don't think that it does.
oh,
But
okay, that's fine.
it will show me afterwards, but I can see exactly when Megan got on from when I talked to her, and I can figure out what time she ran. So Megan got on at 2:27, and it's 2:43. Megan, right? I didn't mix you up because the words move so fast. I can't.
Oh yeah.
So I guess the last thing that we were supposed to do is after they want us to talk about the doctrines, like what was challenging about it and what were the doctrines that kind of helped us decide on our definitions, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
For me, like I said, it was hard to like define what a family is, but obviously for the doctrine, I would say the family is the world. pretty clear on that.
Yeah, that's where I pulled all my doctrine from as well, was the proclamation of the family.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the most clear doctrine. It was exactly for this purpose. And it shares exactly Heavenly Father's expectations of what a family is, what it means, what its dynamics are, how it's supposed to work, and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. I think it's so difficult to like distinguish between how to make a definition for, because you want to like have a definition for families in the church and then families in society when really there should only be one definition, and it's so hard to like narrow it down to fit everyone or what it, should be.
Because you want to say like
that
what
was tricky for me.
Like in line with the gospel, but then you don't want to be like, oh, like you're not a family. Like
exactly.
Yeah, I mean that's terrible. Well, I guess like, so did you guys ever play the game in seminary where you have to walk the line and it gets further and further and further apart?
Yeah,
I've heard of that, but I never did it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like that. Like in like the, not even 100 years ago, the definition that God had for the family and the definition that the world had for the family, they were pretty much simpatico.
Right.
Ever since, they've just split and divided. I'm not sure that you can come up with a definition that fits society and God, because I mean, Heavenly Father knows what the dynamic of the family is. If society says, okay, the three of us are on a hangout call and we believe in the same thing, sort of, so we're a family.
Right.
I mean, heaven forbid society decides that's going to be a thing someday.
Mm-hmm.
That still does not coincide with God's doctrine of what the family is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's ever going to come back. I think they're
like I got pregnant in high school and my boyfriend still helps take care of the baby. So yeah, we're a family,
Exactly. And a lot of people see it that way. A lot of people. I work with people who are that way. Like they're not married, but they have kids together and they're family. So
that happens all the time.
I think that's the thing. I don't think they're going to coincide again because of how far apart they've come.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely think that we have a very clear definition of what the family is from God. And the definition from the family is ever changing and evolving.
Mm-hmm.
I'd still say for now, society doesn't say that family, you don't have to be related. Like, unless you're legally married, I think that's still the case, but that will even last.
Yeah. Well, it was a good discussion. Do you think we're good?
I think we're probably good.
Okay.
Does anyone have any questions, concerns, or derogatory remarks before we end the call or hangout call or whatever?
I think we just had to like summarize within the last 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So that's all we have left to do, I think.
We talked about what we liked from the talk, and we talked about numbering. I'm just trying to go over like what we talked about. Numbering, like what, like our definitions of the family and how like society has changed definition, and it's still going to be changing like what people consider a family is. And we think that the family proclamation to the world is a good solid doctrine on the family and what we believe as members of the church. And we talked about how in the talk, Sister Beck was talking about how, why do you think it's important to have this doctrine? And everyone was saying like, oh, for us, like kind of more selfish way of thinking without really realizing it, but really it's to teach our children as well the importance of families for the future. So was that a good summary? Anyone have any other comments to add?
No, that we shared our own definitions that we'd come up with.
Yeah, that was the other thing.
Oh yeah.
Thought the world's definition was and God's definition.
Yeah, and I feel like all of ours are pretty similar.
Yeah, I think they were. All right, go team.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Next week we're doing the recording and group leadering.
Oh yeah, and then about the other girls, should I email? Okay, our teacher for this class is Sister Morton, right? That's Sister Morton.
I thought it was
Sister Lake.
Sister Lake. Okay, sorry, I'm in like 4 different online classes. Sister Lake,
It's okay.
can I email her and just let her know that the other girls have never contacted us, so we just went ahead and did it? And maybe
that's probably a good idea.
Go ahead. I messaged the girls on our. So you can message anybody in your classes, and it shows up in your little instant message thing.
I totally did.
One of them responded, and Kelsey was online. So I'm not
Sure
sure.
she never responded.
No.
Okay. Yeah, she didn't post on the discussion board either. But
are we the only ones?
She did. She did post like when she was available, but then never posted her phone number or anything, and she didn't email me back. So I'll just email Sister Lake and let her know, like, hey, maybe you could have them do like their own call, or I don't know how that would work, but
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's good. I'll post this video, and then Whitney, did you say you would do next week?
yeah, I can do next week.
Okay. All right. Do we want to have a specific time, or do we just kind of want to coordinate on the phone?
We can just coordinate on the phone.
All
Yeah,
right.
that worked out nice.
Probably forget like by next week.
Probably too. All right. Sounds good, guys. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too.
Bye.
Bye.